Earbuds Podcast, presented by Headliner Music Club.
Welcome to the Earbuds Podcast, episode 1. We've made it. We're really excited to be here. Brought to you by Headliner Music Club. Can't forget them, our good friends. My name is Jerzy, one of your hosts. I got Neil Jackson.
What up?
And DJ 5. What's up, guys?
Hello there. We chilling, man. Out
Good.
here in sunny California. It's supposed to be fall, but it is hot as fuck right now.
Yeah, I am chilling in a not so sunny California. I'm in gray New York right now. Temperature is in the 50s, I believe.
I love it. I wish I was there.
I wish we could switch.
It is currently,
I am down.
It's 66 in Chicago, so it's not
It's beautiful out there. Yeah, no.
Oh.
In fall weather.
I was just in LA with 5 and it was a good time. He likes to torment me in haunted houses. And
You know what's crazy is I don't like haunted houses, but it's fun when you're there because I get to scare you.
He did multiple times. He thought it would be a good idea to grab me in haunted houses, and I pretty much just shit myself every second. So thank you for that. I'm glad we got to hang out.
Gotta keep you on your toes, you know?
Dude, I'm not lying. I was like, that got me like a few times. Like I didn't know what to do. When you had something was in my face on like one side, and I have something screaming on the other side, and then all of a sudden I feel this hand grab me at my hip. Like,
oh no, that was Allie, man.
Well,
or 5.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a little.
We'll never know.
No, so
we'll just never know.
But no, we had a good time. We were in LA together, so I just got back. Yeah. So have you guys been traveling at all? Has anything been going on? Any shows you've been doing?
I just been in Vegas, a lot of West Coast stuff, San Diego. Where was I at? I don't remember, man. I fly around so much I forget. But yeah, mainly Vegas, San Diego. I was in New York a month or 2 ago.
Was it a month ago?
Yeah. Yeah, right? It's a month ago.
Time
just flies, man.
Does
Holy
Neil
moly.
answer your calls when you go to New York? Because I have a feeling like every time I go to New York.
We tried, actually. We're trying to link up for dinner.
Yeah.
For lunch. But then, I was on
That's right. That's right. And with our boy Naran, he was in town. That's right. But you vetoed one of the spots, and we're like, you know what? We got like 12 people. We got to pull the trigger on something.
Yeah. We should have went to your spot.
Calls anytime I go to New York. Neil likes to ignore me every time I try to. He's always the busiest he's ever been when I get out there. So it's,
dude, the second we get off this podcast, I'll be too busy for you.
I'm starting to realize I don't think we're friends. I just think
that's why we're doing this podcast.
This whole thing. This whole thing is just a front for something else. But this is the only way I can actually talk to Neil.
Yeah.
No, the key is just text me. I'll answer you. Except don't text me. Hey, I'm at this spot. What should I?
Hold on, really quick. I just want to put into context about like how big of an asshole Neil is, because just so you know, like I've been trying to get him on the phone a million times because we're discussing this podcast and all these things, but the guy has a voicemail box that's been full for 20 years. Like when you call him, you can't even leave a message. I don't know who leaves messages anymore, but if in case you wanted to, he doesn't. There's no way of communicating with him, or he just doesn't read his messages when I text him. So I don't know if other people have this
first
problem.
Off, my voicemail, I haven't had a voicemail ever.
It says the mailbox is full.
And if you are the guy that leaves a voicemail message, bro,
you shouldn't. Yeah, no one does that anymore. I don't check those.
Guys, I still leave voicemails.
If you gotta say something, text me.
Look, I leave voicemails. I see nothing wrong with leaving a voicemail. I think it's still a cool thing to do here and there.
Voicemails are for the spammers. They leave voicemails.
You're the same guy that asks somebody for a pen because you want to write a number down.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Moving on.
Cool, guys. Let's just kind of go in like, I really want to hit these charts because I've been looking at the HMC charts and the Billboard charts and just got a bunch of questions that I think that I just want to get your opinion on, like what's going on in terms of, are you guys playing any of these records? Are they worth it? Is it all hype? Drake's Billboard charts right now are going through the roof. He's got the top 3 songs. I think this is the first time this year a hip hop artist actually has a #1 song. Is that correct? Wasn't that? I don't want to state wrong facts, but I believe that was a big thing earlier in the summer.
Oh shit, that's dope.
I don't know. I can be making all this shit up, but I believe so because that was a big thing that everyone was talking about, the hip hop being so weak, and now you have Drake at #1 with First Person Shooter. Are you guys even playing anything from the Drake album?
The Sexy Red record is the one I play.
Oh, really?
I played it 3 times actually. I was in Vegas last week on a Wednesday and I played it.
The Sexy. Okay.
Oh, Rich.
I know.
yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Rich Baby Daddy.
Yep. That's the one.
I don't know why I said that with such a straight Rich.
Yeah, Rich Baby Daddy. Yeah.
There's
like,
Sexy Red and Drake off the new album, and that's the only one I've been playing. I've been playing the J. Cole's a First Person Shooter, right?
That's #1 right now.
I've been listening to that in the car a lot, but as far as playing it out, I haven't had a chance to yet. I feel like Neil would be.
I mean, honestly, and I haven't really touched anything from Drake's album, from this new album. I think it's too early, maybe.
I mean, I feel like New York's the place that, you know.
Yeah. What about the Yeet record? You love Yeet.
I love Yeet, but I haven't messed with that one either. Like right now,
is it normal to be shy on records? Like when they come out, do you got to give them some breathing room at first until people kind of like collectively agree that there's one song that goes off? Or is it something that look, I usually like to wait personally until something pops, but if you're saying that you're already playing the Sexy Red record,
well, I kind of, you know, that was it's like Jersey Club meets Miami bass, you know, type of vibe, and it just the same range as Just Wanna Rock. So I kind of sandwiched.
Do people know it?
I honestly, few people, you know, they knew it. I mean, because when that song came, the album came out, I think that's one of the songs that all like the ladies were talking about, of how like, you know, like how like the song came in like kind of like soulful with like SZA, and then all of a sudden Sexy Red comes in like shake that ass with Drake. Whatever she said.
That part,
like,
that part is dope. Like you can.
No, she comes in hot, but it's dope though. Like at first I'm like, oh shit, but then like the more and more I play it or listen to it, I'm like, it's a dope record, and I think that's probably gonna be more like of a party record off the album. I think, you know, for Vegas, you know, at least.
Yeah,
but
there's like
Drake. Would you say it's like too early now? Like, is it on the early stages or it's making a move?
This could be the hype stage. Right now, he's got 1, 6. Wait, hold on. I'm counting all the. He's in the top 10. He's got 3, 4, 5. He's got 6 records in the top 10 right now. So that could just be the, you know, kind of like the hype. You know, I guess what is it called? Like the homecoming or the honeymoon phase, where it just came out, and it's just like it's gonna settle down. But
he's got 3 on Headliner Music Club's top tracks. So Rich Baby
Daddy's the number 3.
Number 3, yeah.
What about speaking of the Headliner Music Club charts, Bad Bunny, Un Preview? Dude, I'm so bad at.
I did that here, and it's not.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to play it yet. So,
who played? Like, what kind of room would that?
I did it at Tao. It didn't do anything too much.
Might be too early for Bad Bunny, also, right? Album just came out.
Yeah, I think
we're gonna get to that. We can go over that whole, because I got a bunch of questions.
Yeah, for sure.
What else is on the? I'm just looking at the top charts here, top 15 here. Tyga, YG, is that project? They just did an album, right?
Yeah, they did. It's basically a club record, right? Like a club album, basically.
Are you guys playing anything from that? Is there anything?
I am playing the brand new record. Yeah. Right now it's just such an up-tempo. You know, it's just LA West Coast record. So when you play it on the West Coast, people
That's what. Yeah.
react to it. So
Yeah.
Those are like two West Coast like strong artists. Neil
Yeah,
are working.
Yeah. Tyga
Wayne.
and YG don't really exist here too much.
yeah.
YG's never really popped off that from my experience, and like
I think Big Bang probably worked everywhere though, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That was the one.
you know what song I remember from YG that kind of went off here was the "Fuck Donald Trump" song.
Wow.
That was like, I remember people were playing that, and I don't, maybe it was just the lyrics. Maybe people didn't even know like who sung that, but that at that time that was a big record.
I actually never really played it. I know Four Color Zach got a whole like routine with it.
Dude, I remember, I'm not going to say who played it and where, but I remember a DJ played it where I was DJing at like a place I had a residency at, and the club got really, really upset. And they basically pretty much pulled the guy off. This was not like, I don't know if it was like he had other mishaps earlier, but that was like the final straw, and they were like, yo, you gotta go. Like we're not cool with this, like what you're trying to do here. And I think he was trying to make more of a statement than he was trying to like do anything else, but
Good for the party.
yeah, it wasn't pretty. So
Yeah, actually like a few of their clubs I was told not to play that record. So
Yeah. I've gotten told not to play it, and I just don't touch it. It's just too you just don't
controversial
know which way. Yeah, you don't know which way that club is gonna swing.
I just don't know if I don't know if I personally, I don't think that people are getting drunk, they're having a good time. I don't think it's a place to where they always, like you just don't bring up those types of things, like stuff in a nightclub environment, and then you get somebody that's just drunk and then does some other dumb shit. But
pull up on you, wait for you outside the club,
bro. Never know.
You never know.
What else we got here on the charts? All right, so we got Rich Baby Daddy. That's actually now. That sounds like I think I got to play that. Bruno Mars. What else? Drake and Bad Bunny. Is that working? Has anyone tested that?
Haven't touched that one either. So.
Yeah, I haven't touched it either.
Okay.
Basically,
we're just scared to touch anything that's new. It seems like.
I mean, the thing is like I'm not getting requests for it. I'm not getting anything for it.
Are we getting a lot of requests these days? Like I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Bro, Bad Bunny's album, you couldn't escape that phone.
I know, but like that's I just get a Bad Bunny thing. I don't get a specific song. So it's almost like a wild card. I can pick whatever I want. Any Bad Bunny song I want, and just to shut them up.
Yeah, you can't really go to like obscure on them either. Like you gotta go straight for like the hits, because like I'll be playing Bad Bunny, and to respond to like the Bad Bunny sign, and then all of a sudden I'm playing Bad Bunny and they're like asking for Bad Bunny. I'm like, bro, like
you're not paying attention half the time. It's the worst experience ever.
It's more like a TikTok trending thing, like they're just doing because they think it's cool. Like they see it on TikTok.
I think somebody started that just to fuck with us, and it's ruined our lives in the last couple 3 years.
I mean, I smile, shake my head. I'm like, yeah, cool, I got you.
Nice, I got you.
Once in a while, they'll catch me on a bad day, and I pointed at somebody like, "Don't do that. Stop that."
Wrong. It's
like literally, nice. I'm like scolding them, like, "Stop! No DJ likes that. Stop it." But then I'll play it anyway. So
speaking of TikTok, what you're saying, are you guys seeing? I know that was like a big topic. I would say maybe during the pandemic a little bit more, but like TikTok songs trending, is it kind of died off, or are there just too many now that there's not one? But like, I'm trying to think of like one within the last 6 months. I guess that John Cena one, right? Or like what was that? That weird.
Which one? His theme song, his walkout song?
Whatever. I don't even know the name of it. It was all over. So I should probably have known that. It's like a different language. It's like dun 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 dun.
Oh my god.
What is that song?
I don't. And
I know, but I have it. It's
a house song. It's like a kind of like an island.
Dun 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 dun. Is Scratchy Is Scratchy there?
Scratchy's here, but I don't know if he's plugged in. But
there you go.
Oh, there he is.
What'd you ask?
I mean, a lot of the TikTok, because I do check the TikTok playlists on Spotify, and a lot of the songs are basically a lot of the hits already. So like,
So there's not. It's kind of crossed over at this point, is what you're saying. It's kind of like
yeah, like a lot of Taylor Swift is on there. Doja, Paint the Town Red. You know, your usual like Dua Lipa stuff off like the Barbie soundtrack.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's no like really obscure ones. We
like
can.
TikTok's not breaking a song.
Yeah, like I felt like it was doing it for a long time, but
And a lot of those songs that like become popular aren't ones that we can really play, like, you know, in the club.
Well, that
really.
Miguel record, that was a big one.
Which one?
What was the Miguel one where they sped it up?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of sped up songs from TikTok that, yeah, there's a few of those.
Sure Thing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
That was a big TikTok record.
Actually, I ended up adding Sure Thing because of TikTok.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, is that do you guys play that? Because it's still kind of chill.
Well, I play
but-
the regular version into like a closing R&B set, kind of.
Yeah.
Like not like I'm not playing it like prime time or anything.
Neil, are you playing that at all?
What, Sure Thing? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, that works.
Sorry.
Sexy Red requests, they've been pouring in like crazy, and I think we've kind of touched on it a little bit. I think everything she's on right now is massive, and I don't get that many requests. Maybe it's because I think requests are always like when the DJ booth for the most part is closer to people, or if you're like way up top, people can't really get to you with the request. But
Right.
I did a show about 2 weeks ago, and all I wanted was Sexy Red. I played back to back, like just everyone I had, and then on top of it, she's been popping up. I've been seeing it on like in the music pools. Like she's been featured on so many records now. Like everyone's just jumping on her, but I don't know if that's is she getting watered down or just
Nah, I think dude, it's crazy. Like a lot of the fellas are requesting Sexy Red because I was tripping.
There's
like,
nothing better than seeing a dude singing along to Pound Town.
yeah, I'm like, yo,
Nothing
dude.
better.
Neil, I would
Pound
pay
Town.
to see you sing along to Pound Town.
I sing along to Pound Town.
There was another one called like there was like No Panties On or something. Oh, No Panties.
Yeah,
That song sounded kind of dope. Have you heard that one? or no?
Man, I'm still pushing Wildcat SRT.
Dude, that was a request, and I don't even have that.
Oh my God, that song hits.
So okay,
Hits.
Wildcat SRT.
Yeah.
These are the reasons that I need to speak to you, Neil, because
Wildcat SRT. I don't even know that one.
See?
What the man?
I do
Some
Vegas
of these
clubs, man.
podcasts.
What else are you holding back? All right, Wildcat SRT. All right, got it. The other one was Shake Your Dreads. You guys play that?
It's a filler right now for me.
Okay.
But I mean, if I'm doing in my Sexy Red bag, yes.
We gotta start making a Sexy Red crate now that I think about it.
I feel like she's taken over that gap of like Ice Spice was coming up. I feel Cardi had a bunch of stuff. You had a lot of female rappers that were actually crossing over to the point of everyone was knowing, no matter what room you were in. She's like now crossed over into that spot where everyone recognizes like her records, like, and it's gotten to a point, even like rooms that you would not think to play a Sexy Red record in, like when she first came out. Now it's everyone's singing them, they know every lyric. But I'm not sure what my other question was for you guys. Do you get out of them quick, or do you play for the full verse, or like what?
I mean, like the crowd, the general, crowd loves the whole song. They look at you funny when you get out of songs too quickly. This happened to me in New York, Neil, when I was at Somewhere Nowhere. Like I was in and out of songs, and like, this group of Gen Zs were like into it. I think it was like I was doing like a Sexy Red like little segment. Yeah. And then they kept looking up. I was like, why are you cutting the song off so early, dog?
What were you giving him? 1 or 2 verses?
I mean, for like looking for the hose, I didn't even go into a verse.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's actually, it goes.
Bro, I played that song all the way through.
Because that just came out when I was there, so I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah,
Ski, I'll let it ride for a little bit.
Yeah, there's like 4. It's like Skis, the biggest one, Pound Town, Looking for the Hose, and then Wildcat SRT is
Wow.
like
I've
deeper
never even
cuts.
heard of Wildcat.
Shake Your
but-
Threads. Shake your.
I haven't
Shake
done
Your
that one yet,
Threads.
but I'm
Yeah,
about
I haven't
to.
done that one.
Shake Your
either.
Dreads is like, that reminds me of an old Waka like type of energy.
Yeah.
All I
know?
think of is E40. What is it? Tell me where to go.
Oh yeah, shake them dreads.
Yeah. So, there's a transition in there.
I want to ask you guys, Spotify charts. I think what Five, you were just talking about Spotify playlists. What are the ones that you guys kind of like have been following for update? Dude, some of these things, I'm convinced there's some sort of conspiracy on Spotify charts. So if you ever noticed, there's a date on the right hand side. They'll update a playlist with all today's date. And some playlists will say like when that song was added. So if the song was added 2 weeks ago, you know that everything's in order. But then if you go to some Spotify playlist and you organize by date to see what they added recently, all the dates are the same. So I feel like there's some sort of weird conspiracy on Spotify. That's what I use for the most part. I'm sure there's people that use Apple Music, but I think there's a conspiracy that's going on that people are pulling down the playlists and they re-up them every single day to show that they've been like active, but they're not. They don't update shit, or they'll add one new song. But the dates, if you look on the right-hand column, the dates all say like today's date or whatever it may be.
Interesting. Maybe.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna put that out there.
Well, I mean, I don't know everything behind Spotify. I don't know everything from behind Spotify, but I do know that they update certain big playlists depending on the followership of it every Thursday. So when they do upload it, it'll look like they tore it. These are the big ones, like
those are the ones I'm following. Yeah, that's
right.
But
But
like
if you
the
go
Spotify
like
own playlist.
So I'll go to like Internet People, and that's where I get all my like
I do
what I call Internet People. That I mean, it's staggered. It's all over the place. It's like 6 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 days ago.
Really?
If you go there right now, because I'm on it right now, it's all over.
I'm pulling it up as we speak, and
Oh yeah.
it'll have the
That's
date.
where I find all my crate is called Keyboard Warrior, and that's for my internet stuff, like my SoundCloud rapping and all that.
Yo,
stuff.
I never even heard of that playlist. I just look right now. I've never heard any of these artists. I've heard of Snot,
Yeah, Ruby Rose, Young Bands,
Lil Pimp, Lil Pump's on there.
I mean, Cash Cobain is like bubbling
Okay,
in New York.
Oh
He's
yeah,
been
you talking about Cash Cobain when we were in New York.
Yeah, he's been out for a minute, but he
Guys, I can't pronounce half these artists.
Dirty Zan. Oh shit.
yeah, Young Chris.
41. I could produce.
Yeah,
I
Lil
could
Pump.
Pronounce that.
New
Lil
song.
Pump. I feel like he fell off.
No, he
See,
just.
this is not bad though. It does.
Actually not bad at it.
It does say 6 days ago. Okay,
Lil
but
Pump.
here's a good one. Like if you look at like Rap Caviar, right?
Yeah.
Look at date added. Every single one says 2 days ago.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like they barely update that playlist. Like,
But it'll say like in 2 days, it'll say updated a day ago. And it's the same, it's like the charts don't change on these. And I feel like
but I think it's I want to say it's like obligations. I'm
Yeah.
on Rap Caviar right now. It's 2 days ago, 6 days ago.
everything on Rap Caviar for me says date added says 2 days ago.
Oh wait, never mind. I take that back. But yeah, I believe that it's the labels that have first dibs on it, and it's like more like an obligation.
makes
um,
sense.
And this I don't know that for a fact, just so you guys know, but I do know that
I think we're
the
onto
labels
something.
have-
I think we're figuring this out, but this is definitely because I go off these charts and I don't know if these are new or if these are old when they're putting these things up or whatever. But Neil, what are some other, since you're the one that's telling us some of these goods here, what are some other playlists that you follow that?
I mean, it depends. Like if I need to like update my like SoundCloud rap, I go to Internet People, and then I'll start going through the artists, and I'll start going into their profiles to see what they're actually known for, because I know that a lot of these things are super new. I'll go to Teardrop for like a lot of the emo rap.
Teardrop?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Teardrop.
Man, you're like you're digging because yeah, you definitely are digging because my playlists are like new music Friday.
Dude, I got some weird ones.
Viral hits is what I look for. Okay.
But it even goes further, man. I'll go into SoundCloud. I'll go into like the back end of like not the back end, but like on the for one of my boys gave me a link to Shazam, where you can actually search the most Shazam songs like within a certain period of time, but then it breaks down into regional. So you can go
it's like a map, right? Like you see the map and you can see like what songs.
No, not even a map. Like it's just broken down into markets. Like so it'll get Atlanta, you'll get Atlanta, Chicago, you'll get Tanzania, you'll get UK, you'll get like all that stuff.
Is it pretty accurate though, or is it just songs that people didn't know like what they were?
It's based off Shazam's. It's not there.
I feel like Shazam's a good thing, but at the same time, it's one of those. If someone's Shazamming, that means they didn't know the record. So does that mean they're gonna get a good reaction when you're playing it?
That's true. I mean, it's not all new music.
Yeah.
So, but it'll kind of tell you like in certain areas what are people interested in. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna hit, but it's like you know what they know.
It's a good tool.
Yeah.
It would be more helpful.
There's even a section for Apple Music like that too.
Oh wow. I think it would be even more helpful if like they show like the age range too of the songs that are being Shazam.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if they're like teenagers or like whatever, right? Like won't do us any good in the clubs.
Right. That's why I obviously I get a little weird about like Billboard charts and stuff. I'm like, what are they who is the person that they're basing this off?
I think Billboard charts is just all they used to be from like records, or it used to be from albums sold. It used to be from radio play. It used to be from television. Like that's Billboard compiled it all to put onto their charts.
Right.
I don't know what they go by now because all those things are kind of, you know, some of them don't exist anymore.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good thing to gauge. I don't necessarily think we need to rely on it, but it's a good point to start at. Speaking of trending artists, you know, we talked about the Drake album. I think we touched on it a little bit. Is that something that is there something that you guys, when an album comes out like Travis or Drake, do you jump on it right away, or do you let it kind of simmer for a little bit and wait to see what surfaces to the top? Because I feel like a lot of these, no one can like collectively get behind any of these records. I think even with the Travis album, I think Fiend is a big one, but there's been other ones that I've heard that people are playing, but I don't necessarily know there's an audience agreement on a certain song.
Yeah, it depends on the crowd and where you're playing at, I guess. But like I know from Travis' album I've dropped, you know, like at EBC at Encore, because it's like a younger crowd, and I just sandwich those between like other bangers, and I know it worked actually.
Oh, I know it does. Okay.
Yeah, but you know it depends though, because
Neil, you got Fiend, right?
Yeah. I'm
Fiend
doing
works too. Yeah.
I'm doing what was it? Something Twins. I'm doing
Treacherous
Topia Twins.
What's that? Oh yeah, Topia Twins. Yep.
Topia Twins, and what else am I doing? I got
Meltdown.
I'm doing
Meltdown. Is that part 1 or part 2 though?
It depends. I can go either.
Really?
Because I'll do that whole little Drake, Travis Scott.
Do you separate them, or do you do like part 1 at the beginning of the night and part 2 later, or do you kind of?
Yeah, sometimes I'll just let the whole thing fly. Depends on where I'm at.
Who came up with this idea of like, let's split one song into 2?
He's been doing that a lot. It's wild.
Everyone's been doing it. It's just really confusing when you're, you know, I had that happen with oh dude, this was the worst. Superhero. And no, you don't understand. It was bad. So I'm playing, and we had some athletes come in. I'm not going to name who, but they go in Superhero. Like it probably was only been out for maybe a week, maybe 2. And I was like, all right, I got Superhero. And they're like, yo, can you play in Superhero? I'm like, yeah, I got you. And I'm, you know, kind of with that confident, like, yeah, what's up? You know, So I played it, but I didn't know there was like, I thought everything from my, prior experiences with songs, part 2 was always, I had part 1 and part 2, and I'm looking at my screen. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't really listen to it. I'm like, I don't know. So I just grabbed, like, yo, let's do part 2. I dropped it. Bro, I've never seen more upset people in a club. Not only the athletes, but like I thought everyone was about to walk out. They were just staring me down like, yo, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I thought this was it. And
are we talking about like Chris Brown's part?
Yeah, I didn't know. And to this day, I don't think anyone's ever played that part. But I played it thinking that like this is what they wanted. And I couldn't be more wrong, obviously. And I don't think I'm even allowed to show up at that team's games because I think it was that bad, man. I'm not lying. I've never been more embarrassed in my life. I didn't realize it until like when I saw everyone's reaction, and then I went back and I started hearing Superhero more, and I'm like, oh shit, this
you gotta drop it from the top, like
yeah. No mixing, nothing. You just
don't
drop
even mix that motherfucker in. Well, you could have teased them with part 2 and just like kind of whatever.
No, I let part 2 just play all the way out. I thought it was gonna get better.
What? You gave him the whole part 2?
That's like an interlude. That's like an interlude.
Their initial reaction was kind of like,
oh, he's about to do something.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything.
It's the buildup.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. It was
wait, hold on. Now I have the only question I've got is, did you actually do part 1 though, or did
no? I didn't know. I was so
shook. Just gave him 2 and then moved on.
No, I was so shook from the first part or the second part. I didn't want to touch the first part. I wanted to go home. I was like I think I'm pretty sure that whole table closed their tabs out after that little mishap.
Bro,
the rest of the club.
Bro, I think I know where. I think I know which club too.
Dude, the rest of the club was just. Then when you lose the club, like you just lose them. Like they just at that point they didn't trust me anymore. They were just kind of like, it's not our guy. That's like we thought. Like I had no. It was pretty bad. So that's a haunting experience with. But going back to what you were talking about with
2 and then. Nothing.
Yeah, sorry guys, but that was it was a pretty bad experience.
I am really curious on what you play next though. Like, please don't tell me it was like Crazy in Love or something.
We're gonna move on. The Bad Bunny album just dropped. Bad Bunny, was that anything? Is that an artist that has? We've seen it with a lot of hype. Clearly. Anything he puts out, he charts, and I guarantee the Billboard charts next week are just going to be all Bad Bunny. But is there something that stands out to you guys on the Bad Bunny, the new album? Have you heard it? Does he just have such a powerful fan base that no matter what, they're going to accept, or is there actually songs that work to every audience?
I mean, Where She Goes was the first single, right? And that I would play that in the same same set as Just Wanna Rock too, just because it's that's a Jersey club record. But other than that, I haven't touched Unpreview or Monaco yet.
Monaco was charting, or Monaco was
Monaco is charting right now. But I mean, with that said, I'm actually traveling this weekend, so I might try it out.
Yeah, I tried Preview this weekend and it didn't do anything, to be honest.
Oh, is it Preview, not Unpreview?
Is it? I have no idea.
I'm the worst at pronouncing shit.
I don't I have no idea. I'm freestyling.
I thought it was Preview.
You're probably right.
Dude, I did really.
We're gonna have to ask our listeners.
Yeah, we can just.
Yeah, actually, I'm about to save it right now and listen to it in the car.
We need clarification on that. Do you think Bad Bunny does better on a certain coast more than?
No, I guess Bad Bunny fans are everywhere. It depends on where we're playing.
I'm just saying market wise, is there a certain market that you think he would do better in compared to, like you're saying, Neil, you're like, he doesn't really go off, like, or at least some of the newer stuff hasn't gone off.
Bad Mudding goes off here, definitely.
Yeah,
but his new album,
but none of the newer stuff yet.
Really, at least I've tried it. I downloaded that album the second it dropped, but nothing seems to hit, and I just go back to his older stuff.
I'm actually playing in Puerto Rico end of the month.
Flex.
So definitely gonna have to play.
Nice little plug
By
there.
that time, I think that the new album can be popular.
So the next podcast, we're going to ask you exactly what goes off and everything about Bad Bunny. And we want a full report and how to pronounce un preview.
For sure. I'll definitely have to report. Have the next one.
The Ice Spice on SNL, has you guys seen that? Do you think how did you like it? Was the song choices spot on? Do you think it was a good fit?
A little preview. Her performance wasn't that great to me.
It's kind of a sleeper.
Yeah,
I think Ice Spice is really good at doing Ice Spice. Like, I'm not everything that she's ever done. She hasn't veered from what she does. Like, her music videos and her performances are essentially the same type of entertainment.
Yeah, she's like got mellow energy flow to her, like, you know.
Yeah, I respect that. That's her thing, you know. Like, she doesn't really give too much as far as like dance moves.
You're on national TV. You pretty much had the biggest musical performance in the past. And what would you say, like 4 or 5 months on national television?
Yeah.
You know, she comes out, and I think her 2 songs were "Pretty Girl," which I've never heard of that record, and "In Her Mood."
I think the one, the "Pretty Girl," that's actually a new one with Rema, right?
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah, that's the new one.
But she didn't do Deli or anything. I mean, Deli's been, at least for me, has been working really well, even in mainstream rooms. So it was just kind of, I thought she would be kind of coming out with that.
I feel like Deli's like dying out here. It's not hitting like
in New York. She's
not hitting it's not hitting as hard as it used to.
Yeah,
when it dropped.
Would you say that she's the biggest female rapper right now in New York? In terms of like in nightclubs, in just bubbling.
Yes, I think yes.
Okay.
As far as
follow-up
New York rappers, yes. Of New York female rappers, yes.
Are people backing her in New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
The younger demographic is.
Yeah.
The follow-up question is, what are the records, if Deli is fading, what are the records that are the follow-ups that people are wanting out there?
I mean, Sexy Red is like the biggest thing out in New York.
Yeah. The Boy's a Liar still hits for me. But are you talking about follow-up?
Yeah, like what's a follow-up to Deli? If like you're saying that record is starting to fade, what else is popping in the East or just in general?
Are we talking about as far as Ice Spice, like a follow-up record?
Yeah,
for her?
Ice Spice.
I have no clue. Barbie still hits. Deli hits. It's just it doesn't hit like it used to. You can see it on the down.
Is Barbie hit harder than Deli?
But the thing is like I think it's more commercial friendly. Plus, I mean,
Barbie is definitely a Vegas hip hop record.
Yeah, it's a pop record at this point.
Yeah.
Deli was not. I mean, Hot 97 was blowing that song out at one point. Like, you couldn't escape it. But I think it targeted a specific audience, and then now that audience is over it. Or slowly becoming over it. But that record wasn't made for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, she's getting like burned out. I think there's certain records that just get burned out because you hear them too much, or you know, whatever it may be. I still think, you know, like what we were talking about, Ice Spice she's teaming up with the right people. She's got Taylor Swift on her back. You know, she introduced her to one of her songs. She has a lot of crossover potential. I'm just wondering which songs are actually crossing over to all the rooms. I think
Barbie is the one that it's a very, you could do that at I mean, I don't know how to pay. You could do that at commercial clubs, and then you can also do it at clubs that you can get away with a Playboy Cardi.
Yeah,
like it's a crossover when it comes to that type of open format. Those two types of open format clubs, the cool kid club and the pop club.
I can see that. Okay. Going back to the pools real quick, you guys, I want to ask, EDM mashups, are you guys like playing any of those? They're kind of flooding everywhere.
Yeah.
And is it coming back, or is it on its way out?
For me, it never left. We're talking about Vegas wise, never left for my crates at least, because that's always when we do the big intro, we always those always come in handy. And it's just like, because we're not playing like tech house sets, right? But those mashups work for us. Like,
it brings familiarity to people who are not familiar with like the songs. They
Yeah.
may not know the Fisher record. They like the beat, but you got to put something
right. You gotta put Soulja Boy on it,
Is it getting
make it pop.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we all remember the mashup era. The era of mashups got to a point where it just got annoying and people were just sick of it. Are the EDM mashups starting to go in that direction where it's just becoming like, just play the regular record? Or
It depends on the record. Like, if it's like John Summit's Where You Are, I'd rather play the original version.
Yeah.
That song is such a banger. Or like Atmosphere, right? Fisher's Atmosphere is a banger. Like, and like, it's a tech house record, but it's also like, it kills it in the big rooms. So,
Neil, in New York, are the EDM rooms, are they really poppy? Are they like Bridge and Tunnel? Or are they kind of more...
New York in general is more like tech house, not so much EDM. But like...
So the tech house... Okay, so let me rephrase that. The tech house stuff with a Soulja Boy on it, would that work?
Yeah.
It depends on who's playing though. Like,
work.
because if like you go see Diplo at, where is he, like Brooklyn Mirage or whatever spots, like, he will play that stuff along with originals.
Yeah.
So, but not every one of those guys would do it.
Yeah, but I'm only basing this off of like open format clubs and
right.
format like clubs, because we got places like, Brooklyn Mirage, Tech Support, that they support. Like, there are no mashups. Like,
They specialize.
You're
in
going
that
deep,
field
and
of...
you're just that's.
Yeah, and I think most of the people that are listening to this, and most of the people that are rooms that we play in, are kind of, we're speaking to an audience that are familiar with. I don't necessarily think that I don't get booked for tech rooms that are like purist rooms. I think
we'll get eaten alive in those rooms, man. Those genre geeks.
we only can fake it for so long, and then we're kind of like, all right, this is...
How are you mixing melodic techno, deep tech house into this?
You're dead to me.
Oh, I didn't know this was the thing in the tech world or the house world. And Chicago is really big in house music,
sure.
but they I'm not gonna say names again, but I was trying to like flex a little bit. This was years ago, but I was like, yeah, watch me play house music. This is right before the EDM boom, right out of the mashup era, and we were playing rock song like Journey in the club, and house started kind of making a little bit of a house and EDM. It was kind of in that weird electro world.
Right.
So I was playing these records and copying what all the house guys were doing. I'm like, watch this, but I was pitching it. And and apparently you're not supposed to pitch like house records. Like, they get really offended.
Yeah.
Like, if the record's at 135, you keep it at 135 or they'll break your fingers. Like, so I'm over here, pushing it to 140 just because I'm so used to playing songs faster, just from what we used to do from hip hop and everything else. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's all cool. That's what we do. And again, it was just like the superhero story where people just gave me the dirtiest look, and other fellow DJs just they saw right through me right away. Like they knew that like, hey, this guy doesn't really know how to properly play house music. So
because you're playing house at 140.
Well, if the record's at 140, well, if I spit it up, look. A long time ago, I had an addiction. I had a problem, and I'm okay to think on this now. No, not like a drug addiction or alcohol. I'm talking about more like I had this problem where I sped everything up.
Yeah,
and no matter where, like I would play everything at.
Oh yeah, you're one of those guys.
30, like I mean, like
you get a speeding ticket for that shit.
Speeding tickets, exactly. Dude, I have stacks of them. It was just I don't know why, but I would just get, as the night went on, I got more amped up, and I just kept pushing it up, and I never went back to like 0 or anything. I just kept moving it, and it doesn't help that my pitch was always at plus 16 or whatever it was. So my records, I mean, I was flying through, and I'm not paying attention. I'm having a great time, and I mean, I felt bad for the dance floors at that time. I'm like looking back now, I'm like, I'm an idiot. Like, what was I doing? But
you look up and the crowd is just sweating because they're just trying to keep up.
I was giving them a soul cycle class and these nightclubs. I was making them work, but I didn't know. I like caught up in the moment. I just kept pitching. A cool thing to do. But anyway, it really, when a house DJ, when I was doing a house night, I got booked for a house thing, of course, because we're DJs, we just say yes. I'm like, yeah, you can book me, and I find out the whole room's filled with like real pure house DJs and some legends. It was terrible just because I was playing everything twice as fast. It was like a B-more set at that point. But you learn.
That's like playing in Denver. Like Denver's a market like that where like there's a lot of purists, and like they really love bass out there. And they're like, play bass. I'm like, what the fuck is bass? Like Miami bass? What are you talking about? And
they gotta hold on to the fucking barricades
with their beanies on.
Yeah, the little dubstep bass. Holy shit, dude!
I see that a lot. That's also. I just came from Salt Lake City over the weekend.
Oh yeah, they're big out there.
I don't know if it's just like if you drive a Subaru and you have a beanie, like. You love bass. No, there's a lot of Subarus out there.
So specific.
No, maybe it was one guy, but like there was, dude, anytime you call an Uber out there, it's a Subaru. I don't know why Subarus are so massive in Salt Lake City, but it's a thing. And then beanies.
It's cold out there, man.
No, it was 75 degrees. There's no need for a beanie. But the Subarus and the beanies and the bass music, that's that we gotta figure out what that trend is, I guess. Speaking of double time records, you said the Drake record. What are some other ones? You got the Deli. You have the Lil Baby. What are some other double time records that you think? Do you think it's a trend, or do they work well, or is it just kind of?
Wait, are we talking about Jersey Club, or are we talking about double time?
I look. You could say Jersey Club, but then I'm also thinking of like, yeah, I guess the records that are, twice as fast.
We're talking about Jersey Club.
We're saying Jersey.
I'm not even asking. I'm telling you.
Would you consider all those records Jersey Club? That's like telling talking to a house guy all of a sudden saying this EDM record's house. Like, is that's I'm just not trying to say that's Jersey Club, because I know some people that are listening are probably gonna be like, that ain't Jersey Club, Well, are they working? Are you guys getting good feedback from them? Are they?
I'll get into that little pocket of double time when I'm doing back to I Just Want to Rock. And then depending on what the demo of the crowd is, if they're feeling it or not, like usually if the crowd's like rocking to Just Want to Rock, I'll go right into sometimes Deli. What's the other record? There's
Lil Baby. The Lil Baby Sexy Red that went over well for me.
Oh shit. Yeah, that one's good.
Hand on the knees?
Yeah. But she comes out first on the remix. And that was going on.
Yeah, she's on the remix on that one.
Not Lil Baby, Da Baby. Why did I say Lil Baby? Da Baby.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
That didn't really work for me. I mean, that was a filler for me, but I played it.
I just clump them all together. So I was just seeing if are you guys getting
It's called Shake Something.
Yeah, Shake Some. That's the one.
I'm doing Shake Something, Deli, Just Wanna Rock. And I don't know if this goes into the section of the podcast, but there's another one that I tried out that's actually really bubbling right now, called Ben. Ben by this artist named 41.
Oh yeah, I have that. I haven't.
Ben is hidden.
Wait, hold on. I gotta write this down. Ben, B-E-N.
B-E-N-T. Bent.
Oh, okay.
I have a few 41. I have Deuce, but I haven't gotten a chance to play that. I think that's more of like an East Coast record, right?
What? Like Bent?
Yeah. Or
yeah,
Deuce, Bent.
I think so.
I mean, Fendi the rapper with Cardi, Point to Me. Like that's like an aggressive double time record.
Are you doing MC Vert Face Down with Sexy Red and A$AP Ferg?
Nope.
Wait, what? What's the name of it? You're going really fast here. Wait, what was that again?
Face Down.
Face Down
by MC Vert. MC Vert did Just Wanna Rock. He produced Just Wanna Rock, I believe.
Okay.
I'm always scared to say this, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the one who produced.
Okay. These are some good ones.
Yeah, I don't know them.
Yeah, I didn't know.
A$AP Ferg. Sexy Red, no joke, kind of killed it on that one, on her verse.
Damn.
She's been killing it everywhere. I think she's gonna be a big artist, especially in the next like year or so.
You know what she reminds me of? She's like the second coming of Trina.
Yeah.
Ooh. I remember.
If you listen to her on Face Down, I'm like, I hear Trina.
I do. You're right. She has that like that, I guess, that attitude when she raps too. Like she's like the shit type of, type of rap. I could see that. That's a good comparison. Sneaky Slappers, you guys, what are the biggest, I want to ask, what are some of the biggest 2000 records making a comeback? Because we've been, I guess every club now loves the old throwbacks, or at least kind of old. But are there some artists or some songs like I found out Katy Perry is the biggest artist in certain clubs, and people are singing Firework like it just came out.
No way.
Oh my God.
I've done that one yet.
Only play that on 4th of July.
I played it last Tuesday. It went off.
No way.
Yeah, Firework is I don't know why. Like some of the maybe it's just because it's a sing along, but are there any other artists or songs that have that you've tried out that have come back that have kind of popped off?
I mean, Maria. I've been playing it a lot.
Maria. Is that Santana?
Santana, yeah.
And
I was always playing. I mean, I'm sure everyone did like the little,
Wild
the little
Thoughts.
mix with Wild Thoughts, but then like just playing Maria from the top.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I've been playing Hips Don't Lie, but that's
Oh yeah,
that's kind of a given. But I feel like Shakira had kind of a comeback year.
I'm doing I'm Sprung T-Pain. And I'm doing
I've been
Knock
doing that.
You Down Carrie Hilson.
Knock You Down, yeah.
Been doing that too. Let me see. Any like old Justin, Senorita.
Timberlake?
Yeah.
Oh, we
Timberlake.
talked about this. I'm doing Beauty and the Beat and
Oh yeah.
Somebody to Love.
You've been on that for a minute too.
Yeah. That one, man, I'm telling you, that one, I'm like telling other DJs, like, trust me. I'm getting videos back like, yo, check this out. You were not lying. My boy
For Beauty and the
Cosby
Beat.
put
You're talking
me
about
on
Beauty and the Beat?
Yeah.
I think you told me like a while ago and I
word.
added it. Yeah, we talked about it a while ago and I added it. Chris Brown, Run It. I mean, that song is just huge in like these like nostalgia, like throwback R&B parties.
Yeah.
That is a huge record.
What about? I have Justin Timberlake Mirrors that went off. Like, I mean, it's not that old, but that one. I mean, that still brings a tear to my eye. That's a pretty song. Tear. What else do I have here? Oh, Bruno Mars, Grenade.
Oh wow.
I did that one. That one did decent.
Bruno Mars, Grenade. Chris Brown, Forever. I've tried it. It's that works. Teenage Dream.
No joke. I'm forcing the crowd to like this one. Usher, Confessions.
Oh, I play that all the time. End of the night. Dude, I play part 1 and part 2.
No. I'm doing this at prime time.
Oh, okay. I don't have. I'm a little. I don't know if I have the confidence to do that, but I definitely play. Oh, here's another one. Ready for this one? Sia, Chandelier.
Oh, yeah. I have that in a crate. I actually have.
Bro, I've never heard girls sing that song louder in my life, and I didn't even know that was. And I didn't play it. I heard somebody else play it, and I was like, "Yo, what the?" I was like, the whole room just erupted. Sia, Chandelier.
I actually edited that down. I'm gonna bring that back. I edited it down to go right into the hook first,
bro.
Starting at 1, 2, 3.
Nice. David Guetta, Afrojack, Nicki Minaj, Hey Mama. That's another big one.
Really?
Yeah.
I was never on that song when.
Yeah, I was never on that record
either. But I think it's. I don't know. Maybe it's having just kind of like the weird resurgence.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot of weird resurgences coming up.
Yeah, Jerzy, just because I said I was never on the record, you're probably right. I just was I never caught on to the record.
Oh, yeah. The Monster's another big one with Rihanna and Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just don't. The only hard thing is that verse is just a little rough, but her hook is so strong on that.
Maybe you got to re-edit it to a hook first.
Well, that's why we are on a music podcast, and people that are listening, feel free to give us a cool version of that
and shoot it our way.
What about sing-along songs? Are there? I wanted to bring this up when we were talking about it before. Are there sing-along songs that you guys are just? I guess we're like the big ones to go to, because I think there's a handful of songs in the hip hop world, even to the pop world, where you got like a Party in the USA and stuff. Are there sing-along songs that maybe we haven't thought about that are people just kind of go off? Like I said, that like the Sia Chandelier, I didn't know that was even a sing-along song, and people went crazy singing that. The girls did.
Yeah, I need to try that out. Actually, I'm playing in College Town this weekend, so that's gonna be a good place to drop them.
Are there any other ones that you guys have like, or you just didn't expect maybe people singing and then they're just going crazy for it?
I mean, if you're in Nashville, you can play Four Non Blondes, What's Up?
What is that? What song?
Four Non Blondes, old 90s like alternative.
No, I didn't even know that song.
Huge song out in Nashville, dog.
What?
Which one? What song? I'm tripping.
What is it called? Four Non-Blonde?
Four Non-Blondes, yeah.
Four Non Blondes, yeah, big record. I think they're only record. And that's like
that? I have it.
I never even heard of that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a big. All the kids love it. Wild.
Neil, what do you got?
Is that What's Going On?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yay.
Oh.
And you go into Usher, yeah, right after.
Oh.
That's why I was like, what is the song? Because I'm not gonna say that the title is Hey.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm really bad with titles and names. So if you, it's pretty.
My left turn sing along is Mamma Mia ABBA.
Yeah.
Bro. I fell in love with that
shocking
song.
How many people know that song?
I did a disco club, and they said, like, this was a couple years ago, and they were like, hey, can you play disco? Again, of course. I'm like, yeah, disco. Yeah, man, I don't play disco. Two things. One, I hated disco. Like I did not like anything about disco at all.
That era, I love disco.
This is just not for me. And I had to do the research. You kind of like, you're doing your homework like the week before the gig. So I'm pulling up all these records. I'm going through on Spotify, and on Spotify you can like build playlists off of a song. So I'm adding a couple of songs, and it's giving me suggestions. So then like ABBA at this time just started like really blowing up the gimme, gimme, gimme. And I'm like, all right, ABBA's in there. And then it said, what's the song you just said?
Mamma Mia?
I didn't know that was their record. So I'm playing. I was like, I listened to it once. I'm like, oh, I thought that was just a movie soundtrack. I didn't even know that was like. No, but that was like that record's been out for a long time, but I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was like their record or anything like that. So I listened to it once. I'm like, all right, it's cool, and I added it, and I just in my set, and I played it, and the place erupted and went crazy.
Wow!
From that point forward, I probably listened to that song for 48 hours straight, and it's like my shit. Like I don't know why, but like Mamma Mia, and like just I don't know. It just connected with me so good. Like, and I'm walking around the airport with it. I'm singing it. I didn't care. I was so happy to hear that song. But Mamma Mia is a slap.
Banger.
Oh my god! But yes.
What's the one in New York for the long? I mean, forever was Dancing Queen.
Oh my
especially
god!
When you're it still is. That's what I'm saying. But when you're especially with James Wang, you walk into the club, they'll just play it as soon as he walks in.
Big shout out to James Wang. That's his theme song. I don't know.
Yeah,
how did that become his theme song though?
But I love that. But I love that thing about New York. I was telling people that like James does. Is it called the Blonde, right, or Blonde?
The Blonde.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like the how eclectic the music is in that room, and you can play anything, and it was so refreshing to go there and hearing that there wasn't a lot of production, there wasn't a lot of. It didn't need much. I think the party was
red light and a disco ball.
Yeah, but the people brought that like
it was the energy.
It was such a good feeling to go into a room that it wasn't necessarily focused around production in terms of like cryo.
Like, some of the DJs like before the headliner, I guess they were the promoters, right? And like their mixing was a little off, but you get the point, right? You know what they're trying to do. And it's so dope. Their selection was on point. Like I'm like, okay, with a little tidy up, like it would be a dope ass, DJ.
Do you think that Neil, like, or both of you guys, do you think that that's a trend that's starting to make its way over, like, I guess open format DJing, but really open format DJing? Because like we were talking about at Blonde, it's very like all over the board.
Yeah.
It's very random. It's sing along. It's fun. There's not a lot of. There wasn't a lot of like aggressive music. It was kind of like, all right, cool. I haven't heard this song forever, but everyone. It was almost like everyone was paid. It felt like everyone was paid to love the records. Like no matter what they played.
But it would be like a Hillary Duff record,
dude,
Lizzie McGuire record into like ASAP Ferg, and you're like, oh shit, and it worked.
Yeah. And the place went nuts. So is that a movement that are we seeing like a new?
I think so. Like on the West Coast too, with a lot of these like this DJ curated party. It's like that's how they're playing. They just like all over skipping BPMs, genres, and just mix mashing everything. It sounds great, and these kids are doing it very well. We're just like oh shit, dude. Like kind of like we have to dial it back and just not be so like organized and just kind of just roll, kind
of like shuffle,
just shuffle it and make it work.
Like you have a playlist and you're just playing random.
But it's
songs.
like energy.
But does that take? But does that like I guess going against everything that we've ever learned or known?
Not really. No, I just be a part of the arsenal.
Yeah, but do you go from a record that has energy, like say you play a gimme 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 that's more upbeat to a song that's a Lizzie McGuire record just because the energy of the song is going to be there, but the tempo is not the same. Like they're so far apart. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, for us being experienced DJs, I think we can do it better. I think the shuffle idea is working, but technically
can we do it better? Is that ruining?
Like I've done gimme gimme to where have you been, Rihanna, right into like fucking Pitbull. But you're in that lane, you know it. You know all the different genres, all the different. I mean, in that BPM, you could just fire it off.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, are these clubs? If you're not in that range, they're like when I heard like what Five was saying, like some of the times the DJs in some of these places that are playing the random songs are maybe not as quote unquote polished from a perspective of I guess like knowing like this tempo to this tempo or mixing in key or something like that. They're just playing like we're talking about shuffling. So you're taking a record that has maybe they're all like 10 out of 10 in energy, but the tempos are way off. Do you think crowds are gonna? What I'm saying is like us having our skill and ability or just our experience levels, is that get in the way of someone just coming up and being able to play these records just the way they want to, because they don't know better, but we know better, it's wrong, but the crowds don't know the difference. What I'm saying is that
they don't. But someone who's like a good example is Miles, right? Miles Medina. He jumps genre to genre and BPMs like crazy, but also he's very skillful and he makes it make sense.
Yeah.
But the way he does it is just like so fucking smooth and just like insane. Like, so these kids have the right idea. They just need to like you said, polish it a little bit, and then
Yeah, I mean,
I learn a lot when I go listen to DJs in New York. Like, I remember we went from like one room. I was with James all night. Went to one little club on Mulberry. I think it's called the Mulberry.
Yeah.
It's like a little bar, and the dude was just playing disco, like original disco songs.
Oh,
like,
that one upstairs? Like
no, it's downstairs.
Yeah, Mulberry is it's more of a cocktail bar, but it's
but it's
party.
like
James took me to one upstairs, and this guy was playing. Like,
he went to that one too. Yeah.
Above like a restaurant or whatever it was, like an
Socialista. That was the other one.
Yep.
But yeah, they were just like this spot dude's playing like techno, like, or not techno, disco, like Boney M, into like Marvin Gaye, into Prince, and these are like young fucking 20-something kids like wilding out to it. I'm like, oh shit. And I go to this other spot, the Old Butter.
Oh, Gene.
And then the DJ there is playing like, I think I Shazam one song. I was like, I know this song. I can't pinpoint it. So I Shazammed it. It was She Wolf, the original version.
Oh, wow.
We used to playing like the Ghetto version. Like, shit. And they're playing like just mad originals, like She Wolf into like fucking Empire of the Sun, but then into like another, like a tech house record. So like everyone's like, everyone's style is so like diverse these days. So
yeah. In New
York especially.
Wide open format in New York is like that's a whole lane. That's a whole lane.
Yeah, is it a movement?
Is it you want to be? You have endless amounts of clubs to play at.
But is that a movement that's coming? Is it just an old way of playing records, or is it actually something new that's starting to?
No, I don't think it's new.
Bubble up.
It's new to the new crop of club goers.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
What I'm saying, are people like
seen before?
Yeah, we've seen it before, but I'm saying, is it a new thing that's coming out where we're going to start seeing it across, I noticed it in New York a couple years ago. I go, yo, this is kind of going off. And a lot of the rooms, at least in Chicago or that I've seen, they're still kind of at the same format. Like if I was to drop a Hillary Duff record in most rooms that we get booked at, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like but I'm saying the people are accepting it over there, which is why I'm wondering, is this something
I think if you're playing at like lounges, like dope fun lounges, like there's spots in LA that does that, like over here in Hollywood, like Bar Liz and like Desert 5, like that's not like a nightclub, or like Good Times at Davy Wayne's. I've seen DJs over there just playing like Prince into like random shit. I'm like, it's amazing. Like, and like I was so inspired. Like, well, I've been like, every time I go to New York, I get inspired, and I have a couple playlists. I have playlist 1 called Random 1, have Random 2, and I've just been building them just like in case I ever get a chance to do those gigs. It just
Neil, are the rooms that you're playing in New York, are those more of the open format, or is it more of the hip hop with the kids? Like I'm saying,
I'm doing a little bit of all of it. I'm doing like your pop, EDM, Latin, Afrobeat.
Well, I saw you playing at Starlight Room, and you're actually like you're hopping genre to genre like quick. That was dope.
So like Star Child and all those rooms, like those rooms you could go wide open.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of playing across the board. Little Sister.
And you're like Afrobeats into like I'm a piano into like pop into like rap. Yeah. That's like the sets I'm talking about. Then you're a little more polished, so it sounds nicer.
And certain clubs, certain clubs they'll lean more towards one than the others, but then like clubs like Star Child, it'll be just wide open. Like it's also the talent booker is like acceptable to that. He wants you to push the envelope a little bit, which is great. But then you'll get, other spots, other clubs where it's like, pretty cut and dry. It's like hip hop, EDM, all your hits. And then you got clubs like Little Sister where you could push the envelope on the hip hop side more because these kids know that stuff. Jersey Club or Double Time, whatever you want to call that. Yeah. You could do that. You could do album cuts. You could do throwbacks. You can do Afrobeat, Amapiano. Like you name it.
Are you seeing? With all that being said, on like that front of a lot of older records coming back and stuff like that, do you feel like artists are starting to newer artists that are putting out projects and stuff are starting to lose traction? Like just for instance, like Travis puts an album out and it's not the hottest thing at the moment. Do you think that new artists or EDM artists like they can't get traction? So do you think that we're just by default we have to play older records that people know? Like are artists losing what they had? Is it too broad now? It's just because anyone could put projects out. Back in the day it was a project but that the label would push it, you would see it on the you would hear it on the radio, you would see it on SNL or whatever talk show or whatever, it would constantly being fed to you. But now there's an outlet where it's so broad where anybody can get any type of music and not everyone can agree on stuff. Do you think it's harder for artists to get traction like they used to?
You want to speak on this?
I mean, judging by Travis's footage I've seen of Travis's concerts, man, they're looking fucking wild. And I feel like he hadn't lost traction at all.
I heard they're not selling that well though.
No, I think people were just it's the resellers who are buying out the tickets. That's what's happening. And then like they're expecting like the sales to go crazy like Drake, I guess. How like Drake tickets were like what 150, 200 and they're reselling for like 500, 600. But as far as maybe it depends. I know like I heard like all the older acts are like selling out shows, right?
Crazy. Like that's another thing is like festivals too. Are festivals, that you have festivals that start in let's just say Coachella is the start of festivals. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say ultra, but like you have these festivals and then by the end of the season, it's the same artist. So like how many times can you see for the most part?
Yeah, I mean, I skipped. I usually do Lala and ACL. I skipped both this year.
I'm no expert at this, but my guess is because there's so many festivals that there's no point in going to see one artist in one concert more than you could see that artist and 1,000 others all in one shot. That's my guess. Also, another thing is like only like the big artists that are really selling tickets, but it's also they're doing so. This is my guess is they're doing so much more social media wise and like on the entertainment, more on the lifestyle front that keeps them more relevant.
But I mean, like look at U2 at the Sphere, like the Sphere.
Yeah, no one's talking about U2, but they do that. U2 is the shit.
They were like.
The kids are like, who the fuck is U2 anyways? Like, I'm like, bro, it sold out like the next couple weeks.
They just got some random band in this like Sphere thing.
This random band at the Sphere opening? Like, what the fuck? And like,
dude, my feed was going crazy when that was it last or a couple weeks ago when that whole thing happened. It's just like, I mean, it's wild. But my other question about the Sphere is like, what other artists would you be able to put in there? They're going to be able to this is what I'm thinking back in my head. It's like if you're say Drake, right? You're building a show out. Well, you can do 20 cities across the country, but for the Sphere, you got to build a specific show for that.
Yeah, it has to be a specific lighting, graphics. I think
to utilize all that stuff, and what's the cost of that? Is it even worth it for an artist to go in there at the end of the day?
I mean, that'd be sick though if he can pull something off over there.
Dude,
I think Prodigy would be good in there.
Who?
Prodigy.
Oh my god! You know what I was thinking of? Tales of Us.
I mean, oh yeah.
Oh my
sure.
god, I'll shit myself if I see that thing.
Yeah,
Tales of Us, Afterlife. If you guys seen it on TikTok, it's
I saw that.
Yeah.
They're all
Their
big.
stage,
LA last
like,
weekend. Yeah,
visuals
yeah.
is insane. They just had a show out here in LA. It was sold out.
yeah. I was
People
at the
got
one
fucked
in the
up.
garage in the middle of the rain.
Oh yeah, I remember. That's when I was out there. I was out there. That's the week I was in New York.
I was like, yo, we're gonna go raving. Me and Woody from Oyster.
Can't believe Woody went.
Yeah, it was me,
That's
Woody.
crazy.
It was me, Woody, and Millhouse.
Of course, Millhouse. Millhouse a raver.
Yeah.
You guys don't play Tales of Us records in?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything here because, like,
I can name one record.
Okay, that's
I mean,
what
that music is the Tales of Us is perfect for their show.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't see it anymore.
Do you go there? Do people go there for more of the visuals and that element, or do you think they actually like the music? That's my other.
I mean, the music's good, but
I mean, is it stuff that, like? I mean, is it? Yes, is it? It's really. It's pretty deep though.
Definitely Molly music.
Yeah.
That was like my other question. Like, yeah, do you have to be on like something to really experience it, or is it kind of
like shrooms and all that? For sure.
I mean, I don't do any of that stuff, but I watch the hell out of it. That the visuals on that thing is insane, but the soundtrack to it, I mean, it sounds terrible that it's a soundtrack to the visuals, but it's dope. It works. All of it works together perfectly.
There's so much hype behind them, though. It's wild to see like the fan base.
They come out of nowhere, right?
That's what, dude. I feel like with like the Rufus and all, like Rufus has been around for a long time.
Yeah,
now, everyone's like on Rufus, and like the Tale of Us. It's just like
it became a thing. Like Rufus,
dude.
Are you going to Rufus? Oh, you're gonna go to Tale of Us.
Well, but yeah, exactly. But like those are the same people you talked to in the club like 4 years ago, and they were like up on every new Travis song or something like that.
Yeah.
You play one of those records, they're like, "What's this stuff?" That's why I don't know if it's like a trend or if it's.
What
it's a thing to do. Like it's like
are now listening to Rufus. Is that what you're saying?
There's there's kind of like the culture vultures, right? And
I got the answers for that. That Tulum happened.
Yeah. COVID happened.
Done. Podcast is done.
Yeah, I think that's probably the answer to a lot of that. It makes a lot of sense because I just didn't understand. I'm like, yo, are we supposed to be playing these records or like what do we do?
Now you said those like Tulum, Burning Man, Ibiza.
Ibiza, all that vests, the brim Tulum hat.
And like downtown warehouse parties and shit.
Yeah,
it's bad. I don't even know.
Speaking of performances and I guess big production, this has kind of been on my mind. Do you guys use like those set starters? I know that Headliner has like intros and stuff like that, but have you guys been using smaller rooms? Like we're talking about those New York lounges and stuff like that. I'm guessing that's probably there's not much of a need for it, but the bigger rooms, you guys are still using the big intros.
Yeah,
right?
I use them. There's hip hop ones too. Shout out to
that's my other follow-up question. Where can we there's never any set starters anymore. Like I feel like there was
we have someone Headliner. Fashion makes a bunch.
Do you give them out to people or do we have to
yeah, sometimes. So yeah, you gotta hit them. Shout out to I got a bunch from CRG out of Austin. And he makes personal ones and they're dope.
He makes
he does? Shit.
Yeah, I was like, yo, dog, got any more personals?
But like I feel like the first record after the intro, like you always need that big
boom. So,
and it's been so it's been so like everything's been kind of on the chill side, with the tech and like the deeper stuff, and there hasn't been like a real big records to start your set out with. And you can always go back to the old ones, but then I always feel like I don't want to start out with a record that's 10 years old or something like that. So I'm like, what are some
log on to HMC? We got a bunch.
I just searched it. I'm looking for set starters.
Squared.
And I can't.
Oh, they can be under party starters. Squared made a bunch.
Oh, yeah, we definitely. I would love if whoever's listening to this can do a bunch of set starters. That would really help us all out, I think, collectively. But I think, guys, it's great being with the Buds today, and I think you guys gave a lot of insight to the music's what we're playing and what needs to be played and what's happening in the scene and anything. You guys got anything else you want to add?
I want to know who we bringing on. We got to bring people on the show.
Deluxe is here too. We're at me and Deluxe are in Austin tomorrow, so, and then we got a bunch of shows. So for the next episode, definitely I can report back, especially when I'm in after Puerto Rico too. So
like it would be cool to get somebody from like Puerto Rico and someone from Texas and someone from just different cities. And I mean
Florida.
Yeah,
different countries.
So maybe we should, if you guys want to leave
Atlanta
comments and notes, or do we have an email address, Scratch? Do we have anything that people can reach out to the show? You guys, we're still new, so we're working on all these things.
Hit up headliners.
We just do like
we got actually earbuds at headlinermusicclub.com.
Oh, we do. Earbuds at headlinermusicclub.com. Great.
Yeah.
The voice of God came in here.
The voice of reason.
The voice. Thank you, Scratch.
The silent fourth.
Yeah.
The silent assassin.
The fourth
guys.
Neil.
I think that's it. If you guys want to shout anything out, thank you to Headliner Music Club. Thank you to Five. Thank you to Neil Jackson. If you guys want to plug anything, we'll put your socials out.
Yeah.
Or if everyone already knows.
Shout out to the agency I'm on, 3-Day Weekend. My coffee company, brlcoffeeco.com.
Nice.
I'm at Neil Jackson on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah, if you're in New York, just plan on him not answering his phone at all.
But he'll be down to get coffee though.
Yeah, I definitely will go get coffee with you.
You don't hit him. You don't hit Neil with like a music question right away. You just gotta hit him with like, "Yo,
you got a sweet tooth. You
you got
a cupcake or a cookie."
No, I'll hit him like cookie.
Yeah,
I'll be like, "Huh?"
Or a cookie or
you
soda.
You gotta wine and dine me with cookies and coffee.
That gets your attention real quick. Five, what do you got?
I mean, I'm chilling. DJ 5 on social media. Shout out to Headliner Music Club. Shout out to Vesta Coffee Roasters out of Vegas. I'm a coffee guy too, not just Neil over here.
There you go.
Shout out to Kundu, scam artist.
I saw you walking them.
And then if you guys want merch, drop a comment, because I think a lot of people are commenting that damn the design's hot. So
yeah, I think shout out to everyone, Scratchy and the whole team putting this together. We've been talking about this for probably like 3-4 months now, and it's great that we're able to get an episode out, and we want to get more guests on here and kind of just get everyone's perspective of what's going on and what's being played and in their perspective in their respective markets. So that's coming as well. And like you said, merch, and feel free to leave and feel free to fact check us too. I think that's really
for sure. Yeah,
it's like we're just as a roundtable discussion. This is not we have the answers to everything. We're just shooting.
I definitely don't have the answers.
And if you guys got input, and you guys have things and comments about, hey, that was wrong, or like, we should try these records instead, we'll shout you out and we'll bring you up on the next podcast. And I think it's just informative. I think we came together initially to put this as more of an informal podcast of like what's being played and just a discussion of what records need to be played or what should be left out or what people are doing. So we want everyone's input on that. Well, that will do it. We'll be budding soon, I guess. We'll be budding again soon.
If you see Jerzy in the streets, go scare him. He's very jumpy.
Grab him by his waist.
I'm done. Peace.
All right, guys.